Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolfe.
It was another warm day in the state line today. Our temperature took another climb in the upward direction from where we were yesterday, reaching a high of 85 here in Rockford. Also 85 was the high temperature in Rochelle, 87 in Sterling, 84 out in Galena, and many other spots in those low to mid 80s for those afternoon highs. Still fairly mild here into the evening, and by a pretty significant margin compared to where we were about 24 hours ago. 71 the air temperature in DeKalb as well as in Rockford, 67 Rochelle, 70 in Dixon, 73 out in Galena, and our wind direction either coming from the south or from the southeast. That's the case for our weather watcher Terry in Genoa, reporting a southeasterly wind at about 8 miles per hour. Air temperature is 71, 59, that's his dew point. We're still fairly dry and actually completely dry across the state line here this evening, and fairly cloud free at the moment with our Mercy Health SkyTrack camera up in Beloit, Wisconsin, showing off that current view. Although there are a few spotty sprinkles that are trying to develop out to the north and to the northwest right now, moving across Joe Davies County and into far southwestern Wisconsin. That light rain, not the main attention that we will have over the next few hours this overnight. Those will still continue to drift over the area. Could bring a light sprinkle or two as we head into and just beyond midnight. But our main focus and our main attention will turn to what will develop after that. That will likely arrive mainly after 2, if not 3 o'clock in the morning. This has been trending a little bit later and later for at least the onset time locally, but Futurecast is still depicting fairly well some of those showers and storms that would develop across parts of southern Wisconsin and drift our direction along a pretty narrow axis, mainly to the north and to the northeast of Rockford going into the early hours of tomorrow morning. These showers could also have a few storms embedded within, and that storm activity could produce the potential for some heavy rainfall. Rainfall rates very efficient with a lot of moisture still lingering in the atmosphere. And wherever we end up with a narrow axis of those training thunderstorms where they develop and move over the same areas over and over, that's where we could have a little bit of that flash flooding concern. That highest potential mainly focused north and east of Rockford, but still could hold on to that potential, at least in a very, very low sense locally around here. Whatever we get, though, for the morning will likely clear out as we head into the afternoon, and any lingering cloud cover could keep our temperature down in a few spots. We may end up making it back close to, if not just above 80 degrees for many of us, although those that clear a little bit faster and may not be as influenced by those storms could easily rebound into the mid 80s, if not a little bit higher. So there could be a temperature gradient from southwest to northeast across the state line going into tomorrow. Tomorrow night, however, could bring then the potential for some patches, if not areas of fog, going into the early hours of Sunday morning. There's that risk for some flash flooding. Again, the main highest concern for that focused mostly to the east of Rockford, along and east of that I-39 corridor, that low-end risk for some flash flooding. The same potential for any strong to severe storms. Level 1 out of 5 marginal risk from the Severe Weather Storm Prediction Center. That line extends roughly from Monroe down to about Dixon and then areas east of that. Overnight tonight, with some of that rain and thunderstorm activity, we really don't see temperatures fall very far, only back down into the low 60s. We'll rebound into the low 80s, at least here locally in Rockford, but again, that could be one way or the other, depending on how much cloud cover we hold on to or how quickly we see some of those storms clear out. That chance for a few storms early on Saturday, but definitely clearing out by the afternoon and into the evening, aside from maybe a stray isolated storm along an outflow boundary. Some fog early on Sunday, but temperatures are still pretty warm in the upper 80s for several days. Isolated chances for a few storms next week, with the highest coverage toward the end of the week.